Now, hey guys, welcome back to another YouTube video, and in today's one, we are going to be looking at another add-on. This time, we are in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, and that's because it's a 2020 add-on. And what we've got here is a space shuttle. Repeat, we have got a space shuttle. So, I'm gonna let you guess the developer for a second. And if you don't already know, it's actually made by Captain Sim. Now, Captain Sim has had a bit of a reputation in the past for copying default planes, especially with his 2020 add-ons, because a bunch of people did not like them, which is why I typically avoided him. But however, it turns out he came out with a pretty good and interesting product today. Now, is it like stolen from the Boeing 747? Let's find out. And oh, will you look at that? It is not. So we're gonna do a review on this, and the first part of this review is obviously messing around with it in the ground. So that's what we're supposed to do. Now, by default, the HUD power is off, but you just need to turn it on. And I typically have it on maximum brightness, just so that I can see it clearly. Maybe a first officer might need one. Might need the same thing too. So there's that. The thing I do like about this HUD is that it isn't like one of those, especially with the default planes I have this issue in, where basically if you move far away from it, then the HUD goes outside the actual HUD. Like the screen just goes outside, which is honestly really annoying and kills the immersion. But here, it just stays the same, which I honestly really like, because then I can adjust my camera angle to really anything. Right, so let's go ahead and see button functionality in this. So we have this over here. Now, a lot of this stuff over here, nobody really knows how to do. But I don't really know what the body flap is. Oh, so it's a flaps lever, okay. And then we can obviously see that the thrust lever over here is actually the speed brakes. But however, that still means that you have to use a speed brake button, which is pretty cool. Anyways, I'm trying to see what the landing gear button is. Right, I don't really see it anywhere. Oh, here. So over here, you deploy the landing gear. So gear deploy, and then you have to arm it first, I'm pretty sure. So there's that. Now, button functionality is good. I think it works better than X-Plane's space shuttle, because if you've used that, you will know that like the buttons don't really work that well. However, you can still practice on it to see if you're actually good enough to handle the space shuttle before you buy this add-on. So that's pretty cool. Anyways, I've heard that at the back here, hold on, can I turn on the TV? Yeah, so in the back here, you can actually turn on these little TVs. What's this? How to land space shuttle in one try. Okay, so we got a little bit of Easter eggs, but why Windows XP? That's super unsafe. Oh, the PTSD is hitting. Stuck on 97%, loading unusually long. Log is saved to report -loading the tunnel. Oh, that happened to me twice in a row, which was so frustrating. Alright, let's go ahead and turn this one on as well. If there's a button for that. No. It's not really seem like it. Okay. Now, the reason why a lot of these buttons don't work is because this is not meant to the actual... This is, like, things that we don't need when we're actually landing. Like, for example, signal strength. Like, why do I need that? Now, I've actually heard one cool thing. So, the bay door over here, so the roof can open up. So, that's what we're about to test out. So, I know where the button is, because I've seen the video for it. And the button is right here. So we can open up the bay door. And will you look at that? Oh, that looks so cool. look at it from this perspective as well. Though I don't know why it's fully open from there, and then why it's still opening here. But, I mean, that doesn't really anger me a lot. So, yeah. But, however, if I make it lifetime, then, yeah, this is, like, the closest we can get to for, like, what the pilots will actually be seeing. But, yeah, that's pretty cool. So let's go ahead and close up the bay door, like so. And for some reason, I don't know why, but in the marketplace, it's cheaper to get this, so that's where I got it from, than the actual website they sell it from. So, yeah. Now we obviously have this, like, lighting here. So this is like the integ light. So the button functionality is actually pretty good so far. I'm impressed. And oh, look at that. That looks so cool. Actually, we're about to go in here. So, yeah. Now let me find my drone. Alright, let's go. Let's get in here. So here we are. So if I set my speed pretty low, like that, now we can go ahead and do this. Oh shoot, what the hell? Right, I think it's glitching out because I think we're in the exterior now. But let's go ahead and take a look around. Over here, like, we can see the docking port for that, which is honestly pretty cool. So right in front of me, where my cursor is right now, that's where the docking port is. So like it can dock to the International Space Station. And also look at that optimization right there. Like if I get close, then the detail comes up, and then if I go far, then that happens. So I do like the optimization. So yeah, there's that. Now the actual purpose of this is actually landing the space shuttle. So that's what we are about to do. Now, in fact, I was just flying this like a minute ago before I started this video. So all we need to do is just restart the flight, because there's a final approach mission, which this one is, basically. So let's go ahead and try this out. Alright, now we're in. Now we just need to pause this so that we can actually change this right here. Oh, those clouds, okay. Let's get rid of those too. Maybe add few clouds? Yeah, that's good. Alright, now you'll see it spawns up at 10,000 feet when we're on final approach. And this may look really high, but I think you gotta understand this. The space shuttle is a glider that's a brick, because you can see over here on our displays, we are dropping incredibly fast, and yet our speed is like dropping somehow. So you do need a lot of altitude. And also look at this, we're about to hit 5,000 feet. So if we spawn at 5,000 feet, we would literally crash right now. And this is what makes landing the space shuttle really difficult. You only have one go at it. So everybody in there is all depending on you. And if you fail, then you die. And everybody in that as well. So let's go ahead and deploy our landing gear now. Look at that come out nicely. Now I'm going to put out my flaps as well, since the space shuttle does have flaps. Apparently. Right. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to stable out. So basically, what we do is we flare. Oh, hard landing. That was a super hard landing. But for space shuttle, that's actually pretty good. Alright, look at that. So in just one go, we landed the space shuttle. This would be a pretty great opportunity to also see the detail on here. Like, look at those boosters right there. Now, if you don't really know a thing about the space shuttle and you're wondering, why are there engines at the back? And yet the space shuttle is a glider when you're landing it. Is it like out of fuel or something? And the short answer is yes, it is out of fuel. But the long answer is it needs like external fuel on like the outside for the engines to actually work. Now, if you're on X-plane, you can actually modify the space shuttle and then add fuel into it, so then the engines work. But however, that will mean that you spawn with very unrealistic heavy weight, and it doesn't really work that well. So yeah, there's that. Now let's go ahead and try out the other mission this also comes with, which is if we go to custom content, we get landing challenges for the space shuttle. Now, in fact, that's my first ever custom content for challenges. So obviously, we done the final approach one. So let's do this approach. So this approach is basically where when you're going through the atmosphere in re-entry, it will actually go to the airport automatically for you. And then at 50,000 feet, you take control. And then that's where the difficulty actually comes in. So it spawns us at 50,000 feet right here. So we're gonna test this out. So 50,000 feet is where it spawns us, where obviously we now take manual control. So let's go ahead and spawn right in. Alright, now we're in. For some reason, Microsoft Flight Simulator has this bug where if I quit a game or like try to load into a new one, besides like restarting it or something, then the game just will not load. Which means that I have to force quit it, restart it, which will take a million years, and then do that. Now, we're obviously in here, so let's go ahead and try to land this thing. We can barely see anything from here. And can we turn off live weather? No, we can't edit it at all. What the hell? I cannot see a single thing. Alright, let's continue going. Right, okay, we're pretty much on final approach then. Alright, so let's continue flying this brick over here. Alright, let's go. Wow. I'm gonna see how fast I can drop over here. Right, okay. We gotta be careful of how much altitude we're actually using. And if we're too high or too low. Because it is super hard to be too high, but it is easy to get tangled up in that sort of situation. Right, so let's continue flying here. Come on. Alright. Right, now that we're at 10,000 feet pretty much, let's go ahead and deploy our landing gear, which I already did because it comes out super quick. Right. I can literally see I'm basically not moving much. Oh no, this might be over. Right, but what we can do right now, okay, it might not be over. Okay, come on. Oh! Oh, shoot. Wait, it didn't say we crashed though, because like landing challenges will say whether you crashed or not for competitive fairness. But however, we did not crash that, we only damaged it a bit. But it is super hard to even get 3,000. Like, I don't even know how I got 83,000. I'm not sure about that. But yeah. So obviously landing this is not easy. Oh, right now I'm back in. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you something right here. So I could spawn like anywhere on Earth. So let's say I spawn right in the middle of the ocean. It's like, that's a normal thing, you know? Just doing that. So we're just gonna wait. Oh, right, now we're in. So you can obviously see this right here. But also, look at that heat under. So we're gonna press ready to fly. But however, according to our VFR map, we're not in the middle of the ocean like we wanted to spawn at. Instead, it spawned us on re-entry. Because you're not really meant to spawn in the middle of the ocean. But however, look at that heat coming out. That is super cool, obviously. But however, this does not really work for some reason. So we can obviously mess around in the meantime. According to the developer, what should happen is the plane will automatically follow the realistic flight route that it does in real life. And while we're still in space, we can go ahead and open up the cargo bay. Whoa, look at that. How cool would this look at nighttime? That's the question, really. So I'm gonna go back up. Right, so look at that heat coming out, right? Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set it to night. What the hell? I can even see the heat from here, which is honestly pretty cool. Why does the checklist keep opening? Okay. Look at that. And look at how cool it looks from here as well. What we have to do, obviously, is we need to turn up this lighting. Obviously. And then obviously add these lights as well. Which should look good. So you can see the cargo bay lights. And we're actually descending through. Now, I don't even know what half of this stuff even does. So, like, what does this do over here? What are these two joysticks for? So, yeah, there's that. So, there is the space shuttle. Did I like it? Yeah, I could probably use this in streams too. I'm obviously going to see FS2020 compatibility. Though, however, when I bought it from the marketplace, it wasn't really showing up in 2024. Which is why I probably should have bought it from the website instead. But anyways, I'm going to see you guys in the next one.